The Finals, a game where literally anything can happen, from completely insane character customization to destroying entire buildings with the game's insane destruction. So, this masterpiece from Ember Games has its first anniversary, its first birthday, as it turns 1 year old on December 7. Although to some this might seem like a pretty short period of time, I can assure you that in this video we're going to go through every single controversy, update, season, every single moment in the history of the finals so far. So sit back, relax, and let me tell you, the story is insane. So here we go. The year is 2018. And games like Fortnite and PUBG are in the peak with a new early game mode named Battle Royale. EA saw this new opportunity and decided to implement the game mode on Battlefield 5 with the release of Firestorm. Battlefield 5 had the most controversial launch in the game series, with the developers themselves saying that the fans are uneducated and if you don't like the game, do not buy the game. Statements like this completely destroyed the image of Battlefield, so much so that former art director Rob Brunelson, technical director Magnus Nordin, creative director Stefan Stransberg, Chief Design Officer Patrick Soderlund, producer Jenny Hulshiner, and rendering architect Johan Andersson got together and formed Embark Studios. As soon as they opened their doors, and with the help of a Japanese game developer and publisher Nixon, would start working on two projects that we know so far. One of the projects is Arc Raiders, a third-person extraction PvPvE, and Project Discovery. The next time we heard from Embark was on December 9th, 2021, at the Game Awards, where they got on stage and announced Arc Raiders to the world, showing a bit of gameplay and also with a 2023 release window. A year later though, on the 23rd of August 2022, at Gamescom this time, Embark, to everyone's surprise, would reveal Project Discovery. Following this announcement, everyone knew that Embark had shifted their release schedule and prioritized the finals over Arc Raiders. This didn't change anything at all. Players were even more excited to see what Embark was cooking with the finals. Embark took notice of how the community reacted to the initial reveal of the game, and they decided to release their first closed alpha 1 month later on the 29th of September 2022. Sadly though, I don't have anything to show you about the closed alpha because there was an embargo by Embark that basically did not allow anyone to record or talk about the game at that current stage. So yeah, sorry about that, but based on the trailer, the game looked really simple and bare bones. Again, sorry though that I don't have any type of footage from that stage of the game because I would love to compare it with the current version that we have. But anyway, let's continue with the history of the finals. After the end of the closed alpha, Embark for the next 6 months would release the occasional art for the game on the Discord server. Though on the 23rd of February 2023, the finals closed beta trailer dropped. And let me tell you, this is the best trailer I have ever seen for a game. From the sheer amount of action, the editing style, and the overall destruction in the game made the game look absolutely unreal. So I requested for a playtest, and on March 7th, 2023, I got in. This time though, people were allowed to talk about the game, stream the game, record the game, and boy oh boy, the game was insane. People didn't know how to play the game, so the skill gap wasn't even there. It was basically if you know how to shoot, you're gonna win. But still, that did not stop the destruction from being over the top and absolutely magnificent. As you have guessed, till we got to the closed beta 2, the typical ghosting from Embark Studios continued, but this time was only for 3 months, thank God, and on the 14th of June 2023, which is actually my birthday, closed beta 2 launched for everyone. The closed beta 2 basically fixed a lot of problems, UI problems, quality of life update, and introduced some new guns to the game, such as the F-car for the medium class, the XP54 for the light class, without sights. It was basically a better Mach-10, and the Lewis gun for the heavy. Fast forwarding to the spooky season, and Embark releases the open beta for everyone to enjoy, even consoles this time. Yes, the previous 2 betas were not on consoles, they were only for PC. This time with way more content than the 2 closed betas combined, and with the addition of a new map called Skyway Stadium. Also, we saw the introduction of the first ever event in the finals history, being the Halloween event on October 31st, which added some new Halloween-themed cosmetics and changed the look of Monaco and Skyway Stadium into more of a creepy, eerie version of their maps, with the duck from Monaco being turned into a skeleton duck. With these updates, the open beta literally set the game for success, and Embark proving that they actually want to commit into this game. So the next announcement that we got regarding the finals was on December 7th, 2023, again on the Game Awards, where they released the game for everyone. On that day, there were 2.5 million players playing the finals across all platforms, according to ActivePlayer.io. Alongside the finals release, Embark also released Season 1 of the game. Season 1 introduced a new map into the game called Las Vegas, a banger battle pass, one new gadget and weapon for the light, being the throwing knives and vanishing bomb, and now we're officially in the game's life cycle, with Embark continuing the content drop month after month. Legit, it was insane. The amount of events that we had back in Season 1 was, I don't know, they were spoiling us. We had Happy Holiday, basically the Christmas event for the finals, which lasted from December 20th till January 3rd, 2024. Steal the Spotlight from January 31st till February 14th. Be Our Valentine from February 14th till February 21st. The first ever community event, and Smoky Gun from February 29th till March 14th. Personally, I'm gonna say this, I miss this era where we got like content drop after content drop after content drop. I want these events back in the game with Season 5. I pray that they do this. Although we got so much content for Season 1, the complaining in the community kinda started with a mechanic that has been in the game's trailers, closed betas, everyone was using it, called nuking. Nuking basically is when you take an arena throwable, whether it be canister or any throwable like a pot or whatever, and you place 2 C4s on it. This could only be done by the heavy class. Back then, the heavy class could easily one-shot a light with one RPG shot, and nuking had the ability to completely annihilate a team of mediums and light. So, of course, everyone wanted this to be nerfed because it was honestly broken. And Embark actually listened to the community and started periodically nerfing the nuking mechanic altogether, to the point where is it now that you can't even do it properly. The weight that they have added, the nerf to the heavy that has only one C4, has made it basically useless and impossible to do it consistently. Another thing that started happening in the community based on these balancing changes, people started to drop the game. What do I mean by that? The player base started bleeding. This era is actually one of the worst because it started the whole, oh my god, the finals is dying. Oh my god, the finals is a new game, so it has to die in a few months. No, the game did not have to die, it never died, and it's thriving. So suck on it. When Steal the Spotlight ended, Embark started teasing Season 2 with some glitch map fragments around its map that basically was setting up the stage, pun intended, for the whole CNS hack and the introduction of Season 2's map, Cis Horizon. Apart from the new map, we also got some new weapons for each class, some new gadgets, and one specialization for the medium class, being the Dematerializer. Embark, as I mentioned on Season 1, they continued the streak of pure content, this time around releasing 2 new game modes, one being Power Shift and the other being Terminal Attack. These 2 new game modes basically shifted the way that you can play the finals, and was a way from Embark to get more people on the game as it featured different playstyles. For example, Terminal Attack is the typical 5v5 tactical shooter where every move counts and basically you have only one life per round. At the beginning, Terminal Attack was not that good. The community did not enjoy it that much as the gameplay felt a lot slower and basically it was not fit for the finals to be played this way. About Power Shift though, Power Shift on the other hand was an addition, a perfect addition to the final. A 5v5 game mode again, but this time the goal for both teams was basically to ride the platform to the enemy's base. The platform has a set path that you can follow, going through buildings, a lot of choke points for teams to fight on, and basically it's the payload game mode from Overwatch, Paladins, hero shooters, but with the finals twist on it, being destruction and complete chaos, which actually is my favorite game mode in the game. It's so good. I can honestly play it all day. Although we got so much content from Embark, the community still hadn't been satisfied from the balancing side of the game. Also, around that time, there was a feud in the community between two YouTubers, Otter and Gravity Drop, on the whole topic of using third-party software in order to have crosshairs in the game that help you actually aim. What do I mean by that? Prior to Season 3, I believe that's when it got fixed, there was this visual bug. It wasn't actually a bug, it was something that Embark never changed about the game. Basically, if you moved around when you aimed down sights, your bullets would not go to the place you aimed at. So people started using third-party software to have crosshairs in the game that help you actually gain an advantage. But to be honest, Apo, I believe, I hope I didn't butcher your name, made a video on this topic, so I'm gonna link it down below for anyone that's actually interested. But it goes through everything I mentioned about the two YouTubers and how Embark sees the whole custom crosshair thing. You better check out the video, it's actually pretty good, it goes through all the details, so yeah, thank you so much to Apo. Now with Season 3 and after all this drama, plus the daily shrinking player base, Embark for Season 3 had to go big. And when I mean big, I mean huge. And oh boy, they did. With releasing their biggest map yet, Kyoto, new unique weapons for each class, with unique weapons such as the bow for the light class, the spear for the heavy class, a banger battle pass themed around Japan, and with the release of the 9-to-5 game mode for the finals being the World Tour, with its own ranking system and more additions down the line, such as new ranks and more exclusive skins. World Tour was basically Unranked Tournaments 2.0. Speaking about ranked, Embark, for some reason, they decided to shoot themselves in the leg by completely removing the cash out tournament ranked mode into terminal attack. I don't know why they did that change. I don't know how many people played terminal attack, but after that change, a lot more people stopped playing the game because there was nothing to grind for apart from World Tour, but okay. Following this whole backlash, the only way for Embark to actually save the game was to take the game back to its root. And what do I mean by that? Basically, return the game to being a game show with game show elements. So that's exactly what they did with Season 4 by releasing the Sponsors tab, which is a new way to gain unique items to customize your character, with the ability to choose between 3 sponsors, Izol, Holto, and Enzimo, and you can only choose one. And to go along with the sponsors, Embark released a new map called Fortune Arena. Embark would also learn from their past mistake on Season 3 and change the ranked game mode from terminal attack back to ranked cash out tournament. Sadly though, Season 4 did not bring a lot of mid-season updates. The only mid-season update that we got was the Halloween 2.0 event, which they added gambling to the game, so that's a nice move, I guess. But the good news is that they stopped the player base bleeding that the game had and actually increasing the total daily average of players playing the finals. Now that I have gone through each season of the game, I want to talk about a hidden cult so deep in the community that once you enter it, you won't be the same person again. With the cult leader being Rob Runeson and his noble followers being the Easter egg hunters, these people would dedicate their free time hunting Easter eggs across the game. These Easter eggs varied from hidden bunnies across Seoul to 3-headed monkeys on Monaco. Even though I am a huge fan of Easter eggs in games, the history of Easter eggs in the finals is something that I cannot tell you in this video. It's something that needs a dedicated video. Personally, I can't make that video. So, I'm requesting from fellow YouTuber Rocktown Black to make a video on the history of the Easter eggs in the finals. So yeah, if you're seeing this video, I would love that, and I believe it's a great idea for the anniversary of the game. Anyway, as a final note, I want to say that I'm so excited for the future of the finals, and I want to see how far the game can go. Till we meet next year, I want to say a huge thank you and bravo to Embark Studios for this incredible game, and to the amazing community as well. Even though we do tend to be annoying sometimes, I get it. We just want the game to thrive, and I believe the game is going to be way massive than it is right now in 1 year's time. So I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye.